interesting section. Welcome everyone to today's interesting section. Today is going to be a very wonderful section. We'll be analyzing this project on gate.io. That is what we'll be doing, analyzing it on gate.io. That is what we'll be analyzing on gate.io in today's conversation. We'll be looking at the technical analysis of this project. What is the technical analysis? And also going forward, we'll also be looking at the fundamental analysis of this project. What do we need to know about this project? So these and many more we will be looking at in the course of today's. Please, if you have joined for the first time, let me just know. Can you just comment on the chat box? So welcome everyone to today's wonderful session. Please don't forget we are still my this is currently ongoing. I'm currently contesting, so if you're yet to vote for me, please can kindly comment on the chat box so I can set a link to the chat box so that you guys can actually vote for me. You can actually share this link to this page to actually everyone to actually join, so that everyone will connect and we will have a very wonderful section analyzing this project in today's course. So this project is actually the native token is actually the CVTX that we currently have on gate.io, but the project itself is a Carrieverse. Carrieverse is a project itself. When looking at the project name is Carrieverse, and we'll be analyzing it on gate.io, looking at the market price based on before actually moving ahead. Based on this, you can actually see what is currently happening in the market. You can see the market. You can see how it has been ranging so far in the market. Well, will you say it's a good sign on the market? Is it a good sign in the market? Is it a good time to actually go into the market? And also, a lot of people in this kind of point, a lot of people have different opinion about what is their view concerning the market. So we'll actually be getting basic analysis about what this project is actually really all about. So please, I'm waiting for your comments on the chat box, please. And we're currently live, so just kindly comment on the chat box to show that you're ready with us and ready to write on with what we're about to talk about in today's based on this now. Let's look at what is this project actually really all about. So now the CVTX is actually the CVTX is a native token and also governance token of linked platform. That is one point we need to know. And also use the experience to diversify the Web3 application, such as the metaverse wallet, NFT, DeFi, DEX, DAO, and all that. We have a lot of them. Now, for massive adoption of the Web3, Claim will launch this metaverse, the Carrieverse, in its first half of the year. Now, Carrieverse is a metaverse of living record powered by the Polygon. So it's actually powered by the Polygon network and all that. Now, apart from it powered by the Polygon, the Carrieverse allows users to create and customize their own avatar that's as their character in order to capitalize while creating, building, and owning their land, building, and other content as digital assets. That is one point we need to know when I'm saying, okay, what is the project really all about? What we need to know about that is one point that we need to actually know about this project and all that. And also the Carrieverse is not only target crypto users, but also miners, Gen Z generations, are the alpha generations for content consumption, content creation, total social media interactions, and also we have a lot of points. When looking at what they actually stand for, what we need to know about them, and all that. So all this, I'm not just actually trying to give a kind of a rundown about what the project is actually really all about, what we need to know when looking at this project and all that. Based on what you can say, you can actually see it here. You can see what we have here. You can see for content creation, for social media interaction, thereby building a solid user community and various influential creators. That is one point in which they're actually working on. So they're actually working on building a form of security around the platform, ensuring that okay, everything goes when it comes to decentralization, or the way it works, the way they actually goes about, the way you can actually go about it. And so all these actually important points that we need. Please, if you're listening to me, I'll be sending a link very soon for you to actually vote for me. Please kindly do vote for me. Just vote for me. My name is John Lee. So please, you can kindly just vote for me in this upcoming award ceremony coming up this in the next few weeks, I think so. So it's ending on the 16th. So if you're here to vote for me, please kindly do vote for me as we move on in the course of today's session. Let me just send the link. Looking for the link. So I will send it to everyone actually connected to me today. So today is going to be a very interesting conversation. I'm just trying to give you guys a rundown of what we will be talking about in the course of today's conversation. So please, along the way, if you have any question on today's conversation, you can please ask on the chat box, in which justice can be done as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's conversation. So let's go ahead and analyze more of this token. What is the market currently saying concerning this period? What hasn't been doing currently in the market space and other. Now, based on this period, what can you see? Now, what can you see? You can see that the market has just been ranging. This is how many minutes time frame is this? Is just in 30 minutes. Let's put it in 1 hour to see more. You can see even the 1 day. You can see it has just been ranging. It has not actually it has been looking for a solid position to push, but it has been ranging all through this place. So let me put it in let me take it back to 30 minutes time frame. Let me put it in 30 minutes time frame. Although you can see it's based on here, you can see the you can see how it has been moving, you can see the way it has been ranging and all that in the market space and all that. So let's get more, let's put it back in, let's take it to 30 minutes time frame. You can see now on 30 minutes time frame, we can see how the market has been going. You can see how the market has from this place. It has not left this. It has just ranging. It has not gotten a very strong position to actually push in the market. It has actually not gotten a strong position to actually push in the market and other. This is one point that we need to. This is one point that we need to actually take note of when talking about the market and other. So now, when looking at this, let's get the analysis of this project. I'm trying to just see something. Say the analysis, trying to get the analysis of this project and what we need to know about it. All this point is actually one basic understanding we need to know about all this project and all that. You can see now what is the all-time high of this project. What is the all-time high? Based on this, you can see it has actually happened before. You can see the same thing actually happened in this place. It was just ranging all through this area. It has just been ranging all through this. That was when it was around 0.04 and currently it's around 0.03. So when it was actually 0.0, it was actually on 0.0. It ranged before it came down drastically. So now, does this that actually happened previously, is it likely to repeat itself again? Is it likely to repeat itself? Now that is what people will be asking, that okay, is this now? You can see it came down drastically. It was ranging here, it came back here and other. So now what actually caused this stuff that we are currently seeing? You can see the way it ranges here again, it actually came down. Now are we looking at the same thing happening here? Is it that all this range that is happening here is still it will eventually come down? When looking at this range is actually happening here, is it like it's coming down again when you get based on previously when we see ranges the project? So all these are what we'll be discussing in the course of today's wonderful and interesting session. So please, if you're here to follow my profile and you're listening to me, please kindly do follow my profile so that I will know, so that whenever I'm live, you'll be signified live. And also, if you are yet to vote for me for the upcoming award, please kindly, if you're listening to me, please kindly do vote for me as we keep moving ahead. I don't know if do we have any question? Okay, is there? Please kindly vote for me. I want everyone to vote for me. I want everyone to vote for me. I've actually sent the link to the group, so to the chat box. So if you're listening, please can go to the chat box and just interact with me and actually vote for me in the course of today's conversation. So what else do we need to know? What other analysis do we need to know when looking at this project? Let's go and check get more view about what the market is currently saying concerning this project as we move right now. We are currently on Coin Market Cap. Yeah, we are currently on Coin Market Cap. So what analysis do we need to know looking at the Coin Market Cap? What analysis do we need to know when looking at the Coin Market Cap? You can see you can see the current price of this project right now. Let me just click on the white paper. We've needed to get a white paper, so we'll actually get analysis on the white paper. So now you can see where it currently is right now. It's currently on 0.03 when you look at it on Coin Market Cap. And now when we go down, when we take it down, what can we see when we take the market down? What can we see in the market? What can we see? Are we live? Okay. So what other points can we just setting this up so that we won't have any issue? Okay. So I believe you guys are getting what I'm actually dishing out to you guys in the course of today's conversation. Sorry about that. So let's move ahead. Let's go to CoinMarketCap to get a more basic understanding on what we're analyzing on this project. Now you can see it here. What can we see here? You can see it here, Carrieverse. You can see 0.03 and what how has the market, you can see the market has just been ranging. You can see this up here. Now this, you can see it here from it has already gotten to 0.03. It's currently at 0.03 and all that. It came down here. Now it's down to 0.036. Before it was on 0.03. You can see it here. 69 and all that. Now this is a day trade. Let's go look at all itself. You can see, so the market now, you can't say this market is actually in an uptrend. It has actually been going uptrend. It has actually been an uptrend direction. It's actually in a downtrend direction when looking at it, because a lot of people are actually selling off. But the fact that a lot of people are actually selling off, looking at it in a long-term positioning, is actually going to be a very wonderful project to actually invest in, because it's actually something that is actually needed in the market space. Now, because looking at what they actually do in the market space, you understand that this project is actually needed currently in the market space when looking at it, when looking at what they are actually really all about and what they stand for. Now, if you go to there's the price. If you go to the market cap, you can see it. If you go to the market, and also we'll also be looking at the all-time what is just new on, so they are yet to actually go to other platforms, so they are actually just new. And also you can see it on gate.io. You can see it here. You can see the current price on gate.io. You can see the in-depth. Does it has liquidity? Yeah, it has liquidity. Liquidity is so encouraging. It has liquid. That means it's actually a lot of people are actually trading on it on gate.io currently. So it's also a great opportunity for you to look out in actually trading it currently on it. Has a liquidity of around the liquidity is around 212. The liquidity of on Gate.io is currently on 212, and also we have it on order. We have the Obit Global. We have it on this, and also, but it's trading high. It's actually trading high on Gates.io, in which you can actually trade on it if you are looking at trading on it and all that. And you can currently see it here, the historical data of how the project has been and all that. You can see it in June. You can see how the market has been. Well, not as high as that the market has actually gotten. Oh, just imagine, it has actually gotten to, that was around last few months, around May. It has actually gotten to 0.1. It actually cancelled this and went to 0.1 and all that. So you can see from here, let's just look at it here. From here that was May 6. From April May 6, from 0.1, it's actually went down to in May 18, it went down to 0.9. in May 19 and all that, and it went down to 0.7, 0.8, 0.6, 0.5, 0.4, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0. It came back to 0.5, it went back to 0.6 and all that. So the market has actually just been ranging. It has actually not gotten a kind of a strong position in the market space. It has actually just been ranging and finding a very good way to actually position himself in the market. You can see 0.0, 0.3 and all that. All this to show you that the market has actually just been ranging so far in the market space and all that. So all this analysis are really very, very important when looking at it, okay, what is the highest price it has actually gone into and all that, and also what is the estimated price of this project. Now you can see now the estimated price, okay, there is no yet estimated price of the project and all that. So let's move ahead and get more what are the more info that we can actually get on this project. What are the more info? Is you have any social media? Do they have a social media handle? I know they have a social media handle that you can actually go into to actually see the project. No, let's check when was this project. You can actually see it's just only 7% that is currently in supply. This project is just only 7% that is currently in supply. That means there's still a lot that they've actually not invested a lot into the market, because looking at it, you just see that it's just it's just only 7% that is currently that they've actually invested into the market when looking at it. So why is it so? Now let's look at the live carrier price. Let's look at the analysis of the market and all that. Now, looking at it, please, if you've filled the form, if you voted for me using the form in which I've sent you the link, please, you can kindly just tell me you are done with it, you filled it, so that I will know that you guys have actually filled the form as we move ahead. So the live carrier price is around 0.03 in 24 hours trading volume and all that, and we are currently update in real time and all that. So now it's actually, let's look at what is it actually all about and all that. Now if you're looking for a way to actually buy it, you can actually buy it on gate.io. This project you can actually buy it, or it's currently on gate.io and it's actually trading high on gate.io. So if you're looking for a platform that you can buy this project or invest in it, gate.io is actually the perfect place that you can actually look out for. Now the carrier is building an ecosystem around such the Carrieverse is actually building an ecosystem around such as claimed wallets. Now, content-rich metaverse, Carrier Wallets is a blockchain game, super token card techniques, and also the IP-based NFT project. In Carrier, user can enjoy gameplay, educational content, and in the realistics and also unique metaverse, super cool techniques in the blockchain based techniques and other, and in the real world strategy. And also looking at it in the real world strategy and PGT conventions and all that. And users must also be creative, must also have a kind of a creative strategy in claiming victory when looking at it. And also one other point we need to know that is actually clinched to the DeFi platforms that allows users to store crypto and game assets, as well as providing DeFi services like designing money and all that. And also we actually give the governance token to fuel the ecosystem. User can actually spend token on different services and also content. Utility token utility token for each game will be linked to the governance token. Carrier plans on to provide better experience for the token holders when looking at it and others. So all these are actually important points that we need to take note of when analyzing this project or what this project is actually. So let's go back to actually get more. Let's look at the white paper. Let's look at the white paper and analyze this project using the white paper and other. Where we can see it, we've actually go to technical analysis to actually get to analyze this. You can see it here. You can see you can see it here, the metaverse. What is it really all about? Let's go to the well, most what we have to know, what the platform, what do they actually do, what is the platform really all about. Now you can see this, the metaverse platform is actually is a metaverse platform in the space where the carrier and her friends live together based on the blockchain technology, and also you can enjoy various activities and experience in the space through storytellings and all that. Your friends experience various episodes in the metaverse when looking at it or when trying to explain what they are actually really all about. So all these points all this explanation I'm actually giving out are various explanations that are very, very important that we need to take note of when looking at this project, or when trying to talk about what this project are actually what are this project, what is it really all about, what we need to know about it, and all these actually important point that we are very, very important that we need to take note of. Now also, the carriers is a metaverse that embodied various reality world, and also the digital space where endless imagination can come into reality. So it's actually created, it's built on the metaverse in which, like, your imaginations, you can actually bring your imaginations to the real-time world and all that. And apart from that, also users can actually access character that represent each user's personality, as well as engage various social activities and also economic activities such as value creation and all that. So all these are actually important points that we need to know when looking at what are they really all about. And also, in addition, there's also a social media that connects reality to the virtual. So they actually have a social media platform. There's also a kind of a form of a social media that actually actually connects reality to the virtual world when looking at it, which enables community with the in-game world. You can also print conversation and also immortal between users, as well as apart from that, as well as making friends with users all over the world from different parties. And you will also manage your own profile and express your like with other users and all that. Now apart from that, the popularities can also be reflected in the popularity ranking, which you may actually benefit from and all that. So all this actually important. This actually gives a rundown of about what they're actually really are. And they have different games, and this is one of them. This is just in terms of game, and or this is actually a game and all that. Now the meaning of this, the way that they put about this game, is actually means the psychology and physical exercise. It's also involved in the early meaning of how you should know about it, how you can actually go about it and all that. So if you want to solve problem in the gaming industry with an innovative technology called blockchain, while maximizing the network efficiency, or how the network actually works, how you can actually key into the network and all that, effective of content, and utilizing the metaverse space technology to solve the ongoing problem of users, or that to solve ongoing problem of users and how to actually go about it and all that, we imply blockchain, and also build a form of digital space where users can interact and live together freely in the metaverse while playing game and all that. So all these are actually important points that we need to know about, and they're actually building a kind of looking at the GameFi industry, looking at what they're actually working on, what is actually working on, what we need to know about it, how can we actually go about it and all that. So let's look at the token. Let's look at the token himself. What is the token actually really all about? Let's look into the token to get analysis about what the token is all about. Now, based on this, you can see the player, builder, and investors. They have three aspects. We have the player in the space, we have the builder in the space, and we also have investors. This three company actually comes together to actually brings out this token, this governance token that we're actually talking about. Now we're actually begin to be explained. We have the in-game asset, we have the utility token, we also have the in-game assets, we have the token for the A and B, and that is what brought about the governance token, as also known as a governance token when looking at it. And remember, it's actually built on the Polygon ecosystem. It's actually this token that we're actually an exam is actually built on the Polygon ecosystem when looking at it. And also the development of the token ecosystem, which derive to the preservation and delivery of the token value, while taking the lead of stakeholders behavior plays the key role in building and developing the blockchain ecosystem. Now, there are two types of token on clinging platforms and also ecosystem: the native token, and that estimates the entire value of the ecosystem, and also inbuilt and also game utility token require access to various content. And the first one we're talking about is the owners. The first one we're talking about is the owner, the digital owner in-game asset. Please, if you're here to vote for me, please kindly do vote for me. If you're listening to me in the course of today's conversation, if you're here to vote for me and you're listening to me, please kindly do vote for me as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's conversation. If you're here to listen to me, and please kindly vote for me. If you're here to vote for me as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's, you can let me know. You can type on the chat box to show that you are done voting. If you are done voting, you can just kindly type on the chat box to show me that you voted and we are done voting as we move ahead in the course of today's conversation. Also, we have the first one in which we have here is digital ownership and of in-game assets, the digital ownership of game assets, and also we have consistency and security. Apart from that, we have value and preservation. We have rights of making decisions. Also have the right of making decisions and all that. Now, what does this the user can always own NFT or token based on digital proof by using links, or all NFT can also be tokenized. I can't really tokenize the use of the use cases of other content or trading in the virtual assets when looking at it. Also, we have consistency and security, which is what the blockchain is actually really all about, which is what they're actually building. Another consistency and also security, which is one important factor. And also the token himself, the native token itself ecosystem, will simplify the process of tokenizing and exchanging NFT. Now, it actually helps you to actually tokenize and also exchanging NFT when looking at it on the real sense. And also cleansing the blockchain when looking at the blockchain market and distributes network to provide the most transparent and secure transaction. And when NFT are secure, they continue to have a kind of a unique identity base value that distributes them from other goods based on the security provided by the network and others. So all these actually important points that we need to know when explaining what they're actually really all about, what we need to take note of them, what we need to know when analyzing the project and all that. Is very, very important that we take note of all these points when looking at the project, when trying to analyze what the project is actually really all about, what we need to take note of it. And also we have value preservation. Now, when looking at the value preservation, what do we need? The token the token can have their token games in games where within the ecosystem exchange from other token and coin through wallet decks and also trade NFT through the market space. Now, because of this, Kling will play a vital role as a platform that can increase the value of the in-game of the game item and content and all that. And also another one is the rights to make decisions. Also, you also have the rights to make decisions. By holding this token and all that, users can have the vote in regarding governance and operation. And also users are also able to influence the operational policy about item trading and games and all that. So all these are actually important factors that we need to take note of. When talking about this project. What are they really all about? What we need to know? How can we actually go about it? And so now, what about the token usage when looking at this? What do we understand by the token usage when looking at this project and other? What do we understand by the token usage when looking at it on the real sense? Another, I believe you guys are following me. You guys are getting what I'm actually dishing out with you guys. In which justice is going to be done as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's wonderful and interesting conversation. So now, based on what you can see the token, usage and other. Now, the governance token When looking at the governance token, is a native token that can freely be held and exchanged on the blockchain network. So it's something that can actually freely be held, and also it can be exchanged on the blockchain network, and each content on board the platform does not affect one another. So each content onboarding onto the platform does not actually affect one another when looking at it on the real sense, or when trying to invest into it or look or key into it and all that. So it doesn't actually affect one another. And the token itself, when looking at it on the real side, the token itself is actually the token economy is designed according to the content specific characteristics as well as the ecosystem cycle. Also, each token has its own role in the structural integrity of the utility token, and also is managed to maintain an ecosystem suitable for individual content when looking at it. So all these actually important points that we need to take note of, that are very, very important, that we need to take note of when talking about it or when trying to look at it in the ecosystem and all that. And also the Carrieverse is the built fairly in the blockchain minute. Polygon and also the blockchain minute Polygon, we consider it for its high performance and scalability worldwide. Carrieverse continues to expand the ecosystem through partnership with various middleware and also third parties within the Polygon ecosystem, and also the MCV token, which is issued in public notes, and also utility token and also sub token are minted in the game for the game ecosystem when looking at it and other. So you can see this, you can see the token usage and the way it's being moved and what we need to know about it, and you can see the way it's being moved and how the market actually goes, how it actually goes in the market space, what we need to know about it, how can we actually go about it, and you can see it here. That we take off all these points when looking at the ecosystem, when looking at how they operate, and that is very, very important that we take note of all these points we're actually talking about are very, very important in the ecosystem, analyzing the ecosystem, in getting what we need to know about the ecosystem and other. I believe you guys are following me and getting what I'm actually dishing out in the course of today's interesting conversation of in the ecosystem that will give us guidance about how we need to go about it, what are the basic information, what are the basic steps we need to know, or what do we need to know about the ecosystem. And now we can see it based on this here. You can see that we have the Carrieverse word, the word itself. They have the use cases. We have the use cases in which they have the governance token and community. They believe in governance token and the community and others. And you can see the way it's being built, governance token. So it's just like a family when looking at it, and it's just like a family and all that. Now you can see the token usage, the way the token is being used. They have the Carrieverse ecosystem in which they have the Carrier. Okay, please, do you have any question? Please, if you voted, please just let me know if you are done voting. Please, let's all vote for me as you're listening to me. Please kindly do vote for me. Please, if you voted, please just let me know that you have voted on the chat box, so that I will know that you guys have voted for me on the chat box as we keep moving ahead in the course of today's conversation. So we have the Carrieverse ecosystem. Now, all stakeholders who participate in the Carrieverse all stakeholders who participate in the Carrieverse, all stakeholders who actually participated in this Carrieverse that we're actually talking about, in this Carrieverse ecosystem, can receive award based on the contribution and also participation and all that. The platform is actually designed with the structure in place for stable operation and content and also token when looking at it on the real sense. And so all these are actually important. But also we have transactions. What when talking about transactions, what do we mean by transaction? All activities on the platforms using the token is as an exchange medium which can be exchanged in various utility token existing on the clean according to the need of the users. For example, a user who play games A and want to play B can use the token can actually use the token for exchange game A token for the for B token tokens and others. Now most transaction operation exchange of goods takes place within the clean network, and all payment methods are made possible with clean token. Gamers can earn token through awards earning, and by selling machineries, by completing missions for setting within the content of it and others. So all these actually important point that we need to take note of when looking at the ecosystem. What we need to know about it, how can we actually what are the basic information we need to know about it and others. And also the purchase. When looking at the purchase and other, one business model in the traditional online playing game, this is the generating in-game purchase to enhance the platform of the game and other digital play game, or to achieve your own play mode objective. The game is to be is onboarded with cleaned may also use governance token for economic activities. For example, the Carrieverse purchase method, which is the metaverse scheduled for onboarding and also for purchasing the native token itself, in addition to traditional payment method, and also the token itself for and when looking at the token, or how to actually go about how it actually works, also used to purchase purchasing the token or the currency for each game and all that. And also we have the scale up of partnership. We have when looking at the scale up for partnership, the token encourage members to expand the community and ecosystem with partnership, allowing players and users for to easy access of content platform while enjoying various activities or services in the platforms and other. Also we have airdrops. We have airdrop and also marketing. Airdrops and both online and also offline event content player with airdrops and other. This airdrops plays an important role in content engagement and community expansion. Our team plan to expand the various adventure cycle structure that contributes that also contributes in it when trying to look at it and all that, cleansing the network or cleansing the ecosystem through various airdrops, such as airdrops. And also all this actually important. And also we have staking. When looking at staking you can actually earn also through staking and all that. So all these actually various methods that are very, very important that we need to actually take note of when talking about the ecosystem. What we need to know about it, how can we actually go about it. And so when looking at staking, now users can easily start playing the content of game in the clean for free, but due to the nature of the blockchain, many unnecessary transactions are the problem that must be solved by with safeguard by necessary in the dissolve of this problem. In fact, these safeguards are acquired for not just blockchain system but all data system, with staking being a requirement for generating transaction. Player can earn corresponding reward by playing content 2 hours to 4 hours each day. In return, the reward of securing the necessary transactions, staking and playing and others. You can see it. You can see the Carrieverse. You can see the token here. You can see the Carrieverse is Carrieverse token, and you can see the tick here. Is actually the name of this is actually Carrieverse token, but it's actually short. It has some CVTX token. You can see the maximum supply. You can see the TLC token and other. You can see it. And let's look at the utility token. What do we have in the utility token here? So all these points are, you can see the utility token are used to measure for the trading and exchange item with individual games. With individual games and all that, using utility token community participation throughout the CVTX ecosystem. Utility token can be exchanged for CTV token, can be used according to to the user's purpose and all that through the service chain. And also they can also be obtained by playing various content within the game. And this utility token can be balanced through the cycle structure within the ecosystem and all that. So all these points are actually important in conversation that we need to take note of when talking about this and all that. All this actually somewhat as a token roadmap and all that. So we can see it here. You can see how it's been distributed. Investors is actually having 15%. The in-game fact, the investors actually having 15% when looking at it. We have public sales 5%, airdrops and marketing 7%. We have growth marketing. We also have growth marketing and all that. We have airdrops. We have also all these actually important points that we need to take note of when talking about what we need to know about the market space. How can we actually go about it? What are the basic information we need to know about it and all that? So all these actually important points we need to take note of when talking about the ecosystem and what we need to know about it. How can we actually go about it and all that? I believe you guys are following me. You guys are getting what I'm actually distributing. Now, reward 50% will be distributed to grow the ecosystem and integrate various content. The distribution will be made naturally according to the content design. The ecosystem participants, users, and others can actually earn token through content or exercise right within the platform by holding token. Reward distribution are designed for form in a form of LD ecosystem with players on a lifelong metaverse and other. So all these points are actually very, very important. And you can see we have the GameFi reward, we have the staking reward, we have the community reward, we have the pool, we have the airdrops and marketing 7%. We have the team is having the team is actually having 12%. The advisory and this is 3%. The growth marketing is actually marketing is actually 3% and all that. So all this actually important conversation that we need to know about, important information that we need to know when looking at the ecosystem, what we need to know about it, how can we actually go about it. And I believe you guys are getting what I'm actually dishing out with you guys in the course of. And pre-sale is actually 5%. Strategy is actually strategy sales actually 15%. Reserve is actually they have 5% in the reserve and all. So all this actually important point. Now looking at this, we've not actually looked at the all-time high of this token and the all-time low of this token, which is one important factor that I do tell you guys that is very, very important that you should take note of. Now, the all-time high of this, you can see the all-time high of this token was the all-time high of this token based on, I believe you can even see it, the all-time high. Okay, sorry about that. All-time high, all-time low, all-time high, all-time low. So now you can see it, the all-time high of this token. Based on this, you can see the all-time high of this token. It's around 0.2. The all-time high was around February, and that was 0.2. That was the all-time high of this token. It's February 8, 2000, and that was this 5 months ago. That was the all-time high, and it has actually come down right now to actually 0.03 and all that. So the lowest that has actually gone to right now is actually this 0.03 that it has actually been ranging currently and all that. So now you can see even though you can see it's the circulating supply. You can see the circulating supply here. You can see how many is in circulation. You can see the total supply. You can see the maximum supply and all that. So now is it now a good? Now some people want to ask that, okay, is it a good token to actually invest in? Well, I'll actually say that yes, actually it's a good token to actually invest in because they are yet to actually release everything that they have in the market space. Now if you look at it here, you can see the total supply here. You can see the maximum supply, and they just have 7% in circulation based on what we have here. 7% is just in circulation. That you get to release more into the market. I know before this year runs out, more is actually going to be released into the market, and you can see them. You can see you will just see all of a sudden the market is going to pump and all that. So if looking at it on a long-term investment, is actually, and also you can also go to their website to get more information. And also check that they also have a community in which you have a Twitter, you can actually message them and all that, where you can actually you can also chat and all that. So all these are the contract addresses actually on Polygon and all that. So all this actually important information that we need to know when looking at the ecosystem. What are they really all about? What we need to take note of them how can we actually go about it, and also all these are actually important information that we need to. So let's go back to get.io to check our analysis, and let's put it on 1 hour time frame. Now, this is on 1 hour time frame. What can we see right now? You can see how it's ranging. You can see from year to year, it came down here. It has a lot of, it came down here, it came up, it came down here, it came up. It had the same, this thing I had here. It ranged, yes, it came down. It has well range here, and currently is currently on 0.0, it's currently on 0.0647 this thing. So is it now a good investment strategy for you to actually go into to invest in? Well, when looking at it on a real term, you just have to understand, okay, how the market actually works. Now, when looking at this market on a long-term investment range, it's actually a good platform to actually, because it actually has a lot of use cases. When looking at it, looking at the use cases, looking at how the market actually goes, what you need to know about it, and know that it has a very strong use cases, and over time the market is actually going to appreciate in price, and because it has actually gotten to 0. It has already gotten to 0.1 0.2. That was the highest that's actually gotten to 0.12, and why is it and it might actually go more than that when the market starts coming normal or coming back to place, and also are actually important information that we need to know about the markets, but also actually important information that we need to take note, or we need to take note of when looking at the ecosystem. What we need to know about it, how can we actually about it, and that is very, very important that we take note of. All these points are actually very, very important that we need to take note of. So if we have any questions so far on what we've talked about, please guys, if you're yet to vote, please kindly do vote, please. If you're listening to me in this section, I would like everyone that is listening to me to vote for me. Please kindly do vote for me as we write on today's conversation. Please kindly do vote for me as we write on today's conversation. So please, if you are not if you are yet to connect live with me or vote for me, please kindly do vote for me as we continue to enjoy today's wonderful and interesting conversation. So that is all what we'll be looking at in the course of today's section. Tomorrow again we'll be live again for another interesting conversation that will be learning more about the ecosystem, what we need to know, what are the basic information we need to know about the ecosystem, how can we actually go about it, what do we need to take note of when talking about the ecosystem. And so that is all what we'll be looking at in today's session. So join me same time tomorrow for another interesting conversation where we all come together and learn more about the ecosystem. And so if you're looking at this token, let me just do one more thing. If you look at this token now, if you buy this project right now, it's currently at what is it at currently? Okay, 0.0 is 0.0648, currently at 0.0648, and other you can see it's a 0.648 and other. So that does not mean that if you buy this token at this price, you won't actually gain profits over time. You can still buy it, and also if you are a day trader, you can know how to actually analyze the market using a day trade to actually gain profit and lead the market quickly. But if you're looking at investing in a long term, that means you just have to understand. You have to understand the way the market is actually going to go. Understand your fundamentals in today's conversation. Thanks to everyone that has connected live so far in today's. I believe you guys have gained a lot from what I've actually shared with you guys in the course of today's conversation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for connecting live into this conversation. So see you tomorrow again for another wonderful conversation where we'll come to the market and analyze more and get more information about what the market is saying, what we need to know about the market, and that is all what we'll be talking about in today's conversation. Stay blessed and enjoy the rest of the day. See you tomorrow for another wonderful conversation. Bye guys.